Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video where we will be discussing what should be your first firearm. Alright, so before we get into it, I just want to do a quick safety briefing. First off, I've got two firearms here. I've got a Glock 19. It is empty, no magazine, no ammo in the room. Second firearm is a Sig 229, also no magazine, and it is unloaded. 3 gun safety rules, alright? Always treat every single firearm as if they are loaded. Keep your finger outside of the trigger guard until you are ready to shoot. And third, know your target's foreground and background. All right, so about me. I'm 35 years old. Been shooting for the last 14 years, seriously, but I started learning how to shoot when I was 6 years old. Over the last several years, I've taken many courses from various highly respected and highly known professionals in the industry. Most recently, Chris Costa in a rifle course that he held here in California. All right, so there's a lot of other videos out there that will tell you your first firearm should be a Glock 19, for example. And just recently I was on Instagram and there's an individual that is very well known, has his own company, is very respected in the firearms community. And he was having a Q&A. And one of the questions that he answered was, what should be my first firearm? And like a lot of his other videos that he's posted, he says a Glock 19. A Glock 19 is the only firearm that I trust out of the box, and so on and so on and so forth. And here's the problem. That's his opinion, okay? His hand size is not the same as mine, and it's not the same as yours. If you've already picked up on it, I'm a left-handed shooter, and that can make a difference between whether or not you're good with one firearm or better with another one. This is a Glock 19 Gen 3. With this generation of Glocks, you cannot switch the magazine release to the opposite side for left-handed shooters. So the manual of arms and the way that I manipulate this firearm is going to be different than a right-handed individual. Right? So anytime that there is someone out there who says, get a Glock 19, and specifically at the time where Gen 3s were the most advanced Glocks, now there's a Gen 4 and a Gen 5. But for the people who would say back then, get a Glock 19! Well, what about for left-handed individuals? What about for people who have smaller hands or bigger hands, right? Glock 19 is a good gun, don't get me wrong. There's also a Glock 17, slightly longer from this side, and it's slightly longer from the bottom as well. So if you have big hands, a Glock 19 might actually feel like a small gun. You might need a Glock 17. And if you have small hands, a Glock 19 might be too big of a firearm for you. So unlike a lot of those other videos that'll tell you, this is the gun that you should get, I'm gonna tell you this. Do a little bit of research, narrow it down to from 4 to 6 guns, and then call your local gun range, see if they have those guns. If they do, rent them and shoot at least 100 rounds through each and every single one of them. Don't just go to the gun range or to the gun store and hold the gun and look at it and be like, oh, okay, well, this feels good. Because here's the thing. I do not like the grip of a Glock 17 or a Glock 19 or a Glock 45 or a Glock 19X. I do not like the feel of it. To me, it feels like I'm holding a 2x4. With just rounded off edges. That's what this feels like. I much rather prefer the feel of a Sig or of a Walther or of an HK. If I had to recommend one firearm, right, for someone, I would say an HK VP9. And here's the reason why. The side panel, okay, on an HK VP9, the back strap, and this side panel all have small, medium, and large panels. They're all interchangeable. So you can really customize it to your grip and to how you like the gun to feel in your hands and to what also translates to being accurate downrange when you're actually shooting the firearm. With a Glock Gen 4 or a Glock Gen 5, I believe that they do come with various back straps, small, medium, and large, or maybe even extra large, I don't know. But that's it. That's all you can do. You can't change the side panels, right? You're stuck with this flat feel. Other guns might have, the side panel coming out a little bit more on one side or on both sides. So choose firearms that you want to try, go out and shoot at least 100 rounds. Now, why do I say 100 rounds? Because 50 rounds is not enough. Okay, especially if this is going to be your first gun. Shooting at least 100 rounds through each firearm is really going to give you some time behind the gun and to see which one you're just naturally better at. And that's what you ultimately want, is a gun that you are naturally better at shooting. If you're gonna shoot 4 different guns, have 4 different targets and shoot 100 rounds through each and every one. Don't go 10 rounds through this or 20 rounds through this and then 20 rounds through this one and then 20 rounds through this one and shoot the same exact target. Separate your targets and shoot 100 rounds through the Glock, 100 rounds through a Sig, 100 rounds through an HK if that's what you chose. So again, check out HK, check out Sig, Walther, Glock, CZ, maybe check out a Beretta or a Springfield or a Smith & Wesson, for example, all great manufacturers, and see which one you shoot naturally better. All right, so when you're calling the gun store to see if they have the guns that you're interested in shooting, also ask them what their rental policies are. Some gun stores will not rent to you if you show up by yourself and without a firearm. Some places do require you to have 2 individuals to rent a firearm, and some places might say, hey, you can show up without a gun and by yourself if you take one of our shooting lessons. So that's certainly something. I would also recommend that you ask them what the price is of every gun. Okay. For example, with these 2 firearms, if these are the only 2 firearms that I'm interested in purchasing, the Glock is about $600. The Sig 229, it's about $1,000. I think I paid $1,050 for this gun. So I would recommend taking $1,050 with you when you go to the range, letting them know that you are interested in purchasing one of the guns that you're going to demo and asking them various questions. 1, can I demo these guns for free? Most likely they're going to say no, but they will also follow that up with, hey, listen, you're going to have to spend $20, $30, $50 on the gun rentals. If you purchase the firearm today, we'll put that money towards the price of the gun. So that's great. You're saving some money. And then the purpose of taking cash. Well, obviously asking them for a discount if you pay with cash. Realize that if you pay with a credit card, they're going to have to pay some type of service fee. So if you pay with cash, they're obviously saving that. Hopefully they can pass that along. If they say no, ask them for free magazines. Hey, can you throw in at least 1 magazine for my gun? Or can you throw in a gun cleaner kit? Or can you throw in a gun oil and a gun cleaner, right? For the most part, they should give you something. I don't think that I've ever purchased a firearm where I haven't gotten one of those things. And usually they'll be like, all right, fine, we'll throw this in, or we'll give you a 3% discount because you're paying cash. So try that out. Definitely doesn't hurt to ask. The few things that I will say for your first firearm, stay with a 9mm and stay with a full size or a compact size, like a Glock 19 or like a Glock 17 or a Sig 229 in this case, or a 226. Stay away from micro compact guns. Those are going to be a lot harder for you to shoot. A lot of people that I know, they'll take their Glock 19s and they'll shoot 500 or so rounds at the range, and then they have their CCW and they're carrying a Glock 43, and then they'll shoot just 20, 30 rounds through that gun. Now, these are people that have been shooting for many, many years. They know how to grip their gun, but the reason why they do that is because it's not a very comfortable gun to shoot. It's much more violent, for lack of a better word to describe to someone who hasn't shot it. You feel the gun going off. You feel that recoil a heck of a lot more than you do with a compact or full-size gun. So for you, it being your first handgun, again, 9mm, not a 45, not 10, not 357 or 357 Sig, whatever it is, not a 380. Get yourself a 9mm, full size or a compact. Stay away from those subcompacts. Okay, doing yourself a favor by doing that. And yeah, guys, that's about it. Okay. The purpose of this channel is to take an individual who doesn't own a firearm and guide them through their firearms journey. So this video was how to choose a firearm. Next video up will be what to do once you get your firearm, how to clean it. And then I will drop other videos on dry fire drills that you can do at home things that you can do at the range to become a better shooter. Because like, for example, going to the gym, you don't just go to the gym and just, you know, do one bicep and work out on this shoulder and then, you know, do one-legged squat. You go with a purpose. And going to the range is the same thing. You go there with a purpose. You have certain drills and certain things that you practice in order, and that's going to maximize your range time, and that's going to get you that much further on in building up your skill level with shooting. So definitely subscribe so that way you know when I drop more videos, and like, comment, share. If you didn't like it, well, too bad. Thanks guys. Have a great day.